there, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're here. This is the Chatty Crafty channel, and we do live streams, and we live stream every Friday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and then live stream on Wednesday, and every now and then I'll live stream otherwise. The best way to know about when my live streams are to join the Facebook group, because I always post my live streams in there, and the Facebook group is linked in this video. But in my lives, we were testing embossing folders. So I have a whole bunch of these different embossing folders at different levels of creativity and distinction and design. And these were all made during the live sessions. This is not one from an embossing folder, but it was made during a live session. And I have these, and I figure I may as well do something with them. So I'm going to pick these two, and I'm going to make a card that's been rattling around in my head for a while, because I really want to see whether or not this will work. So I've got these two. I'm going to end up making an A2 card, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and each of these are A2 size to begin with. So they're bigger than they need to be, and I noticed when I was looking through them that I only did the berries on one side of this, and I did them pretty quickly. So I'm going to go back in here, and I'm going to go in and I'm going to finish out doing the berries. And I'm not going for perfection on this. I want a rustic country feel on this. I don't like what I did here, so this is the part that I'm going to cut off, because I'm going to combine these two papers, but I don't want to have a straight seam down the center of them. I want a little bit of overlap. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little trimmer that I got from the Ollie's discount sale. This one came from one of the stores in Tampa, and I got this one for $1. And it comes with the cutting blade and with the scoring blade. And at the moment I have them on the wrong sides. I should have the scoring blade down here and the cutting blade up here, because the measuring tool is up here, and it's more useful when you're cutting than when you're measuring, but eventually I'll fix that. But it was $1, and I don't remember which particular Tampa store it was, because there are 5 in Tampa, but it's the one. Brucey baby, let's not scratch up Mommy's chair, huh? Let's not scratch up Mommy's chair. Anyway, Brucey wanted to make an appearance. It's the store in Tampa, in the Tampa area, that is on a street that starts with the word water. Waterfront, Waterford, water something or other. But that's where it is. And I don't know if they still have any. This was like a month and a half ago that I found it, but it was $1, and they had a huge box of them. So they may not still have any. Anyway, that's where I got this from. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this card, I'm going to cut off the corner that has that bad berry that I don't like. So I'm just going to sit here, and I'm not going to do this any sort of rhyme, reason, or anything. I'm just going to cut off this corner so that I lose that bad berry, just like so. So I now have this particular portion of that embossed folder. All right, and now I need to cut this off so that it's not quite the same size. So I want to cut this off so that there is a gap. I don't want them to bunch right up against each other. And I have an idea for what I'm going to do with this. So I want to get an idea of how big of a gap that I want. And I think I want about that big of a gap. So I'm going to put this in here, and I'm going to cut off that much of the corner. And I'm going to try to make sure that it lines up with the same angle as the first one. Now, that is a smaller piece than what is actually missing from the holly card, but that's exactly what I want. And it's the same angle as the holly card, so it should just line up perfectly. So that's what we have. We now have this card that has a gap in it. All right, now I need a card front. And I'm going to use a really pretty one. These came from Brazil. These are also on Ollie's Find, but I'm going to use this really pretty red one. And I'm going to put this here, and I'm going to have to trim down a little bit on all of it. But this is exactly what I'm going for. And it looks like my idea for making it the same angle did not work at all. Well, now you can see why geometry is not my friend. I'm very good at chemistry, not good at geometry. Very good at chemistry and algebra, not so much with geometry. So I need this to be more of that shape. So let's try that again. Oh, every time you make a mistake, you learn something new. That's the purpose of making mistakes. And see, now that's what I wanted. I wanted that gap in between the two different cards right there. That's exactly what I wanted. Okay, so now that I have exactly what I want, I need to cut these down just a little bit so that they're not completely, these were originally 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I don't want them that big. So this is exactly what I want right here. This is the card opening. I want it open this way, and I want it down this way, and it's not going to cover the entire card base. Just like so. Right there. Look at that. That's exactly what I want. Okay, now that I've got that, I can put that away. So I'm going to put them down with dimension directly onto a piece of card front. I need the card front. So here we go. So I'm going to put this down directly onto this piece of card front with dimension. And I'm going to use my Temu double-sided foam tape. This is 1mm foam tape, and you can get a roll that's, whoops, Craft Avalanche. You can get a roll that is even bigger than this for about $5 if you buy it directly from China. It is almost 2,000 inches of 1mm foam tape, but you have to look for it as 50-meter mounting tape. So 50M mounting tape. And then you can find that and you can get it, and it'll be wonderful, and it's cheap because I am a very frugal crafter. My suggestion is to buy more than one at a time so that they have each other to support themselves during shipping. But that's the one suggestion that I make on that, is that you buy more than one at a time. But look, it's beautiful foam tape. One of my favorite picker tools that I got from Temu because I love this little curl on it. And what's even cooler is that they light up. So if you need to look at something even better, you have that option. Or if you're working in the dark because everybody around you is asleep. Now, I want something through there to bring intrigue and interest to that, and I have this wonderful paper that I got from this paper pad called LeBlanc that I got from Ollie's, and it's an absolutely gorgeous paper pad. I found it at the Orange City store for $1.99 about 4 months ago. I seriously doubt they have any more, but if you can find this paper pad, I strongly recommend buying it. It is so stunning. So many uses for that paper. Oh my gosh. So I'm going to use this to make a river down the center of that. So that there's some interest in between the two. And it does kind of have the spikes of the holly leaves, and it also has that snowflake shape, which is what I wanted. So that's why I picked this particular sheet of paper to do this with. I'm going to put some glue down on this. There, just like so. Now obviously this is not straight and even, so I need to cut this down. There we go. So this is now my card front. But this is not completed because I don't have a sentiment on it yet, and there's still something else I want to do. That there's a reason I have a piece of vellum down here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my sentiments, and I have these beautiful Christmas sentiments right here. So I have these two long ones. The one that says wishing you a Merry Christmas, and then I also have sending warm winter wishes. So that's wishing you a Merry Christmas, and this is sending warm winter wishes. And I think I like the placement of sending warm winter wishes better. And I'm going to use this absolutely wonderful ink pad that I have. And I got it from Journal Say, and it's beautiful, and it's wonderful, and it's deep, and it's rich, and they don't make it anymore. And I'm so upset by that because this is just an amazing, amazing pad. But I got to get the extra off the sides because it will touch the sides if I don't get this extra off of there. So I got to very carefully remove all of this extra ink. And this is one of my tricks. If you keep your moist wipe or your baby wipe or your wet ones or whatever it is that you use to wipe up your extra ink and things in a medicine bottle like so, it'll stay moist for a couple weeks, and you know, it's usable until it's just too awful to not use anymore. So I'm going to line this up as best I can and hope that I get a good stamp, because I got one shot at this. And straight up. There. Not perfect, but nice. That's definitely very nice. I do like that. Now this is a textured paper, so I'm going to let that sit and dry for a while I start on the piece of vellum. Because what I need now is I just need a piece of vellum, and I just need a straight piece of vellum. I'm going to put the piece of vellum over the sentiment so that it just covers the sentiment and that it just shows that there's a sentiment there. And I think this is going to be just absolutely spectacular. In lieu of tape roller, we will use double-sided sticky tape. Crease it and put it down, and then pull it tight. The first one's not so important, but the second one you got to pull tight so that it's really on that winter wishes. And there, now you can still see snowflake pattern in the paper pad from underneath. You can still see the sending warm winter wishes, and you can still see everything that I want to have seen on this. That is so pretty. I love this card front. And now it's going to go onto this card base, just as is, just like so. And I'm going to use my little trick where I only pull it off part way. The center one is pulled off completely. Oops, pulled up all of it. The center's pulled off completely, the rest is pulled up part way. And that way I can center it and put it down more easily. And then it's just a matter of centering it where I want it to be without actually sticking it down just yet. Making sure it's exactly how I want it to be on the card front. Pushing it down, making sure the center is adhered, and then pulling off all these little pieces. And now it is adhered to that card front, just like so. And it's got this shimmer of that LeBlanc card paper down there. You can see sending warm winter wishes beautifully. It's just, I absolutely adore this. All right, and I did put it on correctly. Woot, that's a good thing. And now while I make the card center, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the stamp on the back of it, just like so, and set that off to dry because that stamp takes a bit to dry. And then I'm gonna take one of these pieces that is the right size, and I'm going to cut it down just a little bit. If you have any questions about where I got any of these items or any of the tricks that I use to get cheap stuff off of Temu, by all means give me a question. I'll be more than happy to answer it. The quick answer for the cheap stuff off of Temu is to use the mystery boxes. If you get the 4 mystery boxes or the 6 mystery boxes or however many they're doing, and then pick your items and then use that in conjunction with either rebate 100 or daily coupon 100. You can buy the items that you picked for a penny, and however many you need to buy. Sometimes it's 4 items, sometimes it's 3 items, sometimes it's 2 items, and you bypass the minimum shipping cost, and you can buy the items that you picked for a penny using that combination of coupons. So there, that's one of the ways that I do this. And I never advertise that I'm going to talk about Temu in any of my videos, because then it would be easier for Temu to find the ways that their things can be doubled up and fix it, and I don't want them to do that. So again, I'm going to use this wonderful Colors of Morris. The Colors of Morris came from Journal Say, and it is no longer available, and that breaks my heart. However, people in the Chatty Crafty Guild have found it on AliExpress and other places like that. This is a very frugal crafting channel. I definitely do crafting in a very frugal manner. Wish this a little bit so that it dries. While I'm waiting for that to dry, I will put my stamp away, because I always have to put the stamps away or I will lose them. I have learned this about myself. It is very important to put the stamps away almost immediately so that I don't lose my stamps. There we go. All right, so that's done. This needs double-sided tape on it. I do not trust that to not have something on it that will get on the card, so I'm going to put that piece of vellum down there, because see, all that stuff came from somewhere. And I know I have mess on my desk, but you know, quite frankly, I would like to see the next 6 inches of all the other crafters on YouTube and see whether or not they have neat areas around them. The difference between them and me is I just show off my mess. I put my mess out there for everyone to see. I have low spoons, and this is the best way I have found a low spoons craft. And there it is, one completed card. Sending warm winter wishes, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And beautiful holly and this beautiful little accent with the snowflakes. Gorgeous. I think this is amazing, and it was quick and it was wonderful, and I thank you very much for watching. Cheers and happy crafting!